welcome everybody to another edition of Anime Show. This is episode 20 of the Anime Show. Just right up there. See that? You see it right up there? The fun of computer graphics. Anyway, this is episode 20 of the show. This is the Super Dimension Livestream Macross Anime Show episode, because tonight is a special episode. As we've been telling everybody for the past couple of weeks, we are doing a show on Macross, right? When we're going to be talking to the fabulous May, who's going to be coming up here in just a few moments. Put your clothes on, man. Oh, yeah, sorry about that. Hang on. Yeah, one sec there. Yes, Macross. All right. Okay. Sorry, guys. Hang on just a sec. All right. Okay. All right. Here we go. We are all set. So welcome everybody to the stream. I know there's a bunch of people out there. I see Stuka, Jay, welcome to the stream, guys. Thank you for coming along. There's probably some lurkers out there in the background. If you're lurking, hello, welcome to the show. Welcome to Anime Show, the Anime Show. Ha ha ha. A little dad joke there. I'm not a dad. Never mind. Forget it. Like I was saying, tonight is a special episode. We've got May, whom most of you chat people know. Yes, the uniform is on. Yes, the poppin'party uniform. Of course. You have. I gotta have the poppin'party uniform. Yeah. Poppin'party uniform. Represent. There we go. Yep. Right. Exactly. So yes, the uniform is on. We are ready for stream. It's going to be a special show. Like I said, we're going to be talking Macross tonight. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be so awesome. We'll give you guys a quick primer on the show in just a moment. But first, as I want to do, I just make sure I take care of this part. If you guys are new, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Hit the button, which is somewhere down in there on YouTube, right? Below whatever this is here that I have. Hit the little subscribe button, and then the bell, the little dingy, and the dingy will tell you when stuff is going to be happening. So, Amber, welcome. Good thing it has a new a new time slot. No, it's been the regular time slot, 8 p.m. Pacific, on the Pacific side here. I'm not sure. I think it's for you guys. It's whatever calculates after noon Japan Standard. Amber, I think you're in the Philippines, so you're an hour before them, right? Something like that. But anyway, so do the anime math as or live stream math, whatever these are called nowadays. So yeah, hit the subscribe button down below. Welcome Amber, Stuka, Jay. You guys know everybody. May's probably not in chat because she's gonna be on the call soon. Isn't that cool? Isn't that awesome? So anyway, all right. So yeah, and then hit the bell for notifications. They'll tell you when I'm gonna go live, or just watch me on Twitter. My Twitter is right there. Dang it. There, yes. Oh, I'm here. You should start at 11 a.m., but it's already. Oh, is it really? Oh. I think I know why. It's starting differently because the U.S. has gone back to regular. We've gone from daylight savings to regular time, so we've gone back an hour. Yeah, we fall back as what they fall back, spring forward. So in the spring we move forward an hour, and then now we're back an hour. It's still whatever time it is now, so it looks like it's going to be there's going to be a shift in time anywhere. So I may have to redo the time thing. Maybe that's what's messing up people, because I've been putting 12 noon JST. But anyway, I'll have to fix that. Thank you for pointing that out. 12 p.m. JST. Is that still viable? We will check. So anyway, so hit the bell for notifications, or follow me on Twitter, which is down right there, and I'll tell you when everything is going to be on. And again, and as before, as we do every single time, Tonight's episode is not sponsored by these people. The Starbucks, which is down the street from me. They are not sponsoring it. They didn't have anything to do with this. This is me freely buying. Again, it's my latte. And of course, we have the Rimirin special, which is the Choco Cornet, or the chocolate croissant. It's in here. I have that for later. I may eat it during the stream. Who knows? It might just be. It just might be a thing because, well, you know, little cutie there. Yay! Tara, welcome to the show, Tara. Tara, welcome. Tara, Amber, you guys know everybody in chat. If you have new people in chat, please say hi to everybody. Everybody is fun in chat. They're nice people. They're really good friends. I consider them friends. They're really nice people. They don't bite much unless you want them to. I'm going to leave that one alone. But anyway, Remy, and of course, how do you not say hi to Arisa? Anyway, all right. So we'll set the ladies aside. So Starbucks is not sponsoring me, even though I have this here. So that's the treat for tonight. And of course, the other company who's not sponsoring me is Bushiroad. Bushiroad is not our sponsor. So that's that. So before we start, I just want to make a quick announcement. So my Twitter feed today was pretty much blowing up because Anime NYC, which is the New York City anime convention, is going on right now. I think it runs into, it was yesterday, today, and Sunday, I think. Or maybe it's today and Sunday. Anyway, it's today and tomorrow, or maybe it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So anyway, it's going on right now. I think it started yesterday. So it's going on right now. Lots of stuff going on over in the East Coast, which is 3 hours ahead. So here on the West Coast, we are going to have, or the closest one to me, is going to be SakuraCon, which has come back. They were preempted by the whole COVID stuff, but it looks like they're come back. It's going to be April 15th through the 17th next year, so 2022. If you guys, any of you are local or in the West Coast, or you just want to fly out this way, Anime Show and myself, well, I am kind of Anime Show. Anyway, Anime Show will be there. I'm going to be putting together some postcards. I'm going to walk around and say, hi, come see the show, and introducing myself to various people, strangers, of course. But that's okay, because that's what I'll be doing. I'll be, shaking hands, doing the whole PR stuff. So we will be there. If you are going to go to if you're going to SakuraCon, let me know. If I know you, I'll probably see you there. If I don't know you, hey, let's meet up. We'll chat, and we'll do some anime stuff together and chat anime, because chatting anime is awesome, right? Everybody with me? Yes. So there you are in chat. If you're just joining us, welcome to the show. This is episode 20 of Anime Show. It is the Super Dimension live stream anime show. It's a really cool thing. So, without further ado, why don't we get forward to the topic at hand tonight, and that topic being Super Dimension Fortress Macross. Okay, so just a quick little primer, little introduction. What exactly is Macross? We'll get to the whole Robotech stuff a little later. I'll mention it in passing, but basically this is what I pulled from myanimelist.net, and I kind of fiddled around with it a little bit, shortened it. So basically, here's the story of Macross. After a mysterious spaceship crashes into Earth, humanity realizes they are not alone. They unify and decide to repurpose the alien spacecraft, naming it SDF-1 Macross. Unfortunately, on the day of its maiden voyage, a fleet of spaceships belonging to a race of alien giants known as Zentradi descend upon Earth, and an intergalactic war erupts. Caught up in this are Hikaru Ichijo, a free-spirited acrobatic pilot, and Lin Min Mei, an aspiring idol. These two, alongside Macross's crew, experience an epic journey rife with grief and drama, coming face to face with the cruelties of war along the way. It's kind of a nice overview to that. And here to talk with us about this fun stuff and I think I've got my settings on. I've got her. She should be on. Is everybody give a big round of applause to May? Come on, May. Everybody, round of applause. Look at that. Round of applause. May, can you hear? Can you hear us?
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hey, can you guys in chat hear May? Look,
Hey,
that's what she sounds
everyone.
like. I'm gonna wave.
Hey.
She has chosen to remain incognito, but we can hear her, so that's really cool. Well, May, I'm glad. Yay! I'm glad you are on the show. I'm happy to have you as a guest. This is kind of
I'm happy to be here too.
Oh, thank you. It's kind of a new thing. We had, as you remember, we had Vic here a couple of weeks ago, and you're the second guest to the show. So, yay! I think that's really really cool, right? Okay, so May, let's start first with a little introduction. Who is May? Tell us a little bit about yourself, and once you do, whatever brief introduction you want to give, let's also have you talk about your anime experience. What is your anime origin story? What got you started? Let's kind of give so we have a little foundation on which to begin our discussion about Macross. So the mic is yours.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm May. You probably know me from Twitter and the poppin'party server. For my anime experience, actually I've been watching anime since I was a child. Like Sundays afternoon animes and stuff, but I kind of fell off when I got into school, like middle school, high school. But afterwards, during university, I got Netflix, and then I was bored, trying to find something new to watch.
Right.
I don't know. I've been like lately. I've been disappointed with like Western TV shows, like the ongoing ones. Like for example, like CSI.
Okay.
Or NCIS. Like the plot doesn't go my way, and it kind of got annoying.
Oh, really? Okay.
So
Okay.
Yeah. I used to love like police procedure shows.
Okay.
Like those detective shows,
Right.
crime shows.
Yes.
But like once it got, I don't know, it got like offs and weird plot twists.
Okay.
And it got weird.
Did it get too repetitive for you? Were you finding something like that when you were watching, and it just kind of, well, I've seen this before, kind of thing?
Well, yeah, like it was trying to be new, but then like the plot got ridiculous. Like suddenly someone's sister is alive.
Okay.
Thing like that.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh.
So,
Yeah,
for your what was the very first anime you remember seeing, even as whether it was something on Netflix or something when you were still a kid, in middle school or whatnot? What was the very first thing you remember, and what got you back into the arms of anime, into the anime fold?
First anime I remember was Digimon Adventures.
Oh, okay. Very
Yeah,
cool.
it was on TV in the morning, and I read it because it was like new and exciting. But then like I tried to watch the reruns, but my schedule doesn't line up with it once I enter school.
Okay.
So I kind of stopped watching for a while. The anime that got me back was Violet Evergarden on Netflix.
Yes. Gotcha. Yes, I've seen you talk about that.
Like, yeah, like I've never seen like anything like it. Like back then, it was. This is an anime nowadays.
Right.
Like was my reaction because throughout like middle school and high school, I didn't touch anime, so I didn't know what was what.
Okay.
But now that like I watched like the first episode, I was like blown away.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've heard lots of good stuff about Violet Evergarden. I've heard you talking about it on Twitter, so it is on my watch list. So at some point I'm gonna get to that one. And I've seen clips from it. It's gorgeous. The animation is gorgeous.
Yes, it is.
I
The
don't think.
story's good too.
Okay, okay, good, good. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen animation that looked like that. I mean, it's like watching a painting come to life, at least in my mind. So, having said that,
Yep.
let's get to the topic at hand, Macross. So, May, is this the first time you've ever seen this show?
Yes, it is.
And had you heard about it before, like in passing? That had people talked about it to you before, and you kind of gone, "Oh, okay, it's you kind of know of it." Was that the case for you?
Yeah, I knew about it, but not like the original one.
Hmm.
I knew about Macross Delta. It's like
Okay.
the recent one,
Right. Right. Okay.
I think. Yeah, and people ending it like it's like a really good series,
Hmm.
but I didn't had the chance to watch it.
Okay. So how did you come to end up watching the original Macross? What led you to watch it?
Actually, your live stream,
That's a little
like
plug,
the
folks.
episode
Just
where you talk about the episode where you talk about your classic anime recommendation.
uh huh. Right. Now I remember that
Yeah,
one.
and I think I think I remember asking you for a recommendation,
Hmm. Right.
and then you were like, try Macross,
Uh huh. Yeah.
the original one, and I was like,
Right.
okay, like thing to watch back then. So I was like, yeah, let's try it.
Okay. Now I also.
Let me say that I'm not a big sci-fi fan. Like,
Oh, okay.
not for sci-fi anime.
Right. Right. What is your?
Yeah, that's why I wasn't.
You you weren't kind
Yeah,
of.
go ahead.
You weren't too sure about that, because I remember I also said try that and also Mobile Suit Gundam, but so
Yeah, I tried Gundam, but
Uh-huh.
it's not my thing.
okay, okay, all right. So what is what it- so instead of Gundam, you decided to go with Macross. Now, just to clarify, did you watch Macross the original Japanese with subtitles, or did you watch the Americanized version that we know here in North America as Robotech? Which one did you go with?
The original Japanese one
Okay,
with subtitles.
with subtitles. Okay, and had you heard about Robotech? Do you know anything about it? Do you know uh, of that show?
No, I
Oh, okay.
never heard of it.
Okay, all right. So all you know about Macross is Macross, what you saw.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So here we go, Macross. Let's get your overview. Your like in full, the series as a whole. What was your reaction to it? What did you think? What were your thought? What are your thoughts about the series as a whole? And then we'll go through various bits and pieces, and we'll kind of pick it apart. So let's start with the entire thing. Reaction. Go.
The TV series first, right?
Yeah, TV series
Not the
first.
movie.
Not the movie. We'll get to the movie. TV
Oh,
series
okay,
first.
okay. Okay.
Reaction. Boom. Go.
Okay, my reaction to the entire series was that it was really, really fun.
Hmm.
Like I didn't expect like anything from it. I thought it was gonna be like,
Okay.
like classic sci-fi
Right.
stuff, like spaceships and
Uh-huh.
giant robots fighting each other.
Uh huh.
But then I was really surprised with like the cultural stuff
Okay. Right.
and
Right.
like the contact with the aliens.
Hmm. Right.
The Centrodini? Yeah,
Yes.
Centrodini.
Yes. The Zentradi.
Yeah, and
the
then-
Zentradi. Yes.
Yeah, Central. Yeah, and then like I really liked how it explored like the characters
Hmm.
and how like culture change important cultures
Okay.
in a way.
Right. Right. Excellent.
Yeah, and I really like the singing aspect too, like the idol.
Right.
Lin-May idol.
Lin Min May, of course. Yes, we'll get to that. So, when you first started, you decide I'm going to watch Macross. You get to episode 1, And it's usually, they always say give it about 3 episodes before you kind of pass judgment. Sometimes for some people it's only 1 episode and they say, I can't do this kind of show. What was your reaction after watching, or while you were watching and up to the point where you finished episode 1? What was going through your mind? Was it tell us what was your initial gut reaction? What were you thinking? What was going through your mind when you were watching the first episode?
The first episode I remember was it being like introduction to Hikaru, our main character.
Yes.
Well, he was he was your typical male protagonist, like cocky and arrogant.
Right.
And I was like, it's another one. Guys. But then when the Shenchudini attacked, that was like, oh, okay, this is about to get. But then suddenly I thought it was gonna be like them immediately going to battle. But then I was surprised by it. Like there was 10 years after the actual incident, like the actual ship falling down.
Right.
Yeah, so that's intriguing.
Okay. Because they nothing happens after the alien ship crashes. Everybody decides, okay, we're gonna rebuild and build a city around it, and do explore the technology, right, and then the aliens come in. What was your reaction to? Because usually, more often than not, when you have Hikaru, right, face up the aliens, and then he's put into the Veritech fighter that transform into a robot. You have most of the time, most people expect, then he's just going to get in, he's going to become a soldier and go fighting, right? But we first find him trying to leave, and then they get trapped inside the ship, and then there's at least 2 or 3 episodes before he actually joins up, right? I think it's by episode 3 or 4 that before we see him actually sign up into the military. What was your reaction to that? Were you expecting him to right away become a soldier, become like his quote senpai Roy, Major Fokker, and become a pilot? Did you think you were going to see him kind of hesitate before becoming a pilot?
Yeah, I think wanting to be a soldier immediately was what drew me in. Like, Hikaru's not going to be one of those overpowered protagonists. Like,
right.
I'm sure, he can do anything. But then, he was reluctant to become a soldier.
Yeah.
That was the moment I knew that Hikaru was going to be an interesting character.
Okay.
Like his reluctance to fight.
Right.
And he keeps saying he's not a soldier. He's just a pilot who flies for fun.
Right.
And and he keeps his stance for 4 or 5 episodes, which was that's different.
Yeah.
When then people like Roy give him a speech about how honorable it is to be a soldier, the protagonist immediately changes his mind.
Right.
But for Hikaru, he doesn't want to be a soldier at all.
Right. Yeah.
So that was really, really good character writing.
Okay.
I think.
Oh, yeah, no, I completely agree. That was one of the things that got me interested. Now, I did see the English version, which I'll talk about a little bit later. But I did go back to try and watch most of the Japanese version. More or less the same, but there's some very eye-opening things that they do with the show when it became the American show Robotech, and I'll touch on that later. But I do agree he becomes a very interesting character. He's not your typical soldier show where they immediately when the fighting starts, I'm gonna enlist and fight, and Roy's gonna tell me, it's good and honorable, and yay, let's go, hoorah team, right? I thought that was it was very interesting that we don't see him become a soldier, at least I think it's about 4 or 5 episodes before we actually see him, doing the training montage where he's running and doing hurdles and he gets the uniform. But before that, before that, he meets, of course, Lin Minmay. What? So part of the story, that ends up happening is, of course, the two of them. We can tell that I'm going to the American version, that Hikaru likes Lin Minmay. Hikaru likes Minmay. There's an attraction there, but we also get the third character who shows up and becomes part of the eventual triangle, the romantic triangle, Misa Hayase. So first, let me get your take on Minmay. Let's do what you thought of her at the beginning, and by the time you get to the end, what was your view of her, and then we'll try and bring everybody, the other characters into this. What was Minmay to you? And
Minmay, she's interesting. Well, first, from like the promos, like from the like the covers of the anime, like when you watch, there's like promo pics to represent the anime.
Yes.
You usually see Hikaru and Minmay hugging all of them. Even Do You Remember Love?
Yes, right.
So like before I watched it, I was like, oh, it's Minmay's gonna be like the love interest.
Right.
That was what I was expecting. And my first impression of her was that I honestly didn't know what gonna play. I thought she was gonna be like a damsel in distress.
Okay.
Type of character.
Right.
And she was kind of for like the first few episodes. When she auditioned for the Idol, Miss Macross.
Yes.
I really thought that was gonna be like a turning point for her character. It was, but not like in a good way. Like she became more. She became more self-centered, and she kind of, how do you say, like, keep leading Hikaru on, despite Hikaru really liking her.
Right.
At the end of the series, I kind of felt bad for her, because, she really was young, and she didn't know how to handle things. And it kind of sucked that she lost Hikaru and her cousin. What was his name? I don't remember his name.
I think in the original, his name is Kaifun.
Yeah,
Kaifun. Yeah. In the American version, his name is Lin Kyle. But it's Kaifun in the original. So continue. So you said by the end, you kind of.
Yeah, I felt bad for her because she is now been left alone. But then I remember, like, she still has her singing career, so she ended up doing what she loves.
Right.
In the end, so it was kind of a nice ending for her, I think, despite not having any love interest.
Right. Good. That's a good point. So, speaking of love interest, let's get to the third part of this triangle, which is Misa Hayase, the first lieutenant, who later is, I believe she becomes a commander by the time the series is over. What was your take on her? What did you think of that, the dynamic between the three of them? Because you get lots of it. I think for the most part. Now, folks in chat and folks who are listening, we are going to be dropping spoilers. It's going to be inevitable when we're discussing this. Doesn't matter. Watch it anyway. You will enjoy. I swear you will enjoy. If you can do the original Japanese, go and do that. If you can do Robotech, which is on Funimation right now, do that. However way you can do this, go check it out. So, what was your? How did you see? What was your reaction to the introduction of Misa as this sort of part of the love triangle? But because honestly, when I first saw this in the English version, I did not expect Misa to end up where she did. I was like you. I thought, I see the pictures. It's Minmay. It's Minmay and Hikaru. It's Minmay and Hikaru. And then what?
Yeah.
What is this? Who is this? Who is this Obasan? Right? Because I think that's what he calls her in the beginning. Who's this old lady?
Yeah.
Right? And she's like, what? What are you? I'm not that old. What was your take? What was your reaction to her introduction to that dynamic between the two of them and what ends up happening by the end?
Yeah. Similar to yours. Like,
Okay.
I didn't expect Misa to be like in a love triangle.
May, you still there? Did we lose her? Hey, May? Uh-oh. Oh, no. May? Uh-oh, folks. I think we're running into... Hey... Oh, there you are. There you are. You're back. Yay! Or maybe not. Abner channeling the energy. Oh, there you are.
Is it here?
There. Oh,
Okay, yeah.
there you are. There you are. Yay! She's back. Everybody cheer! Yay! She has returned.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's okay. Okay. So you were saying
Okay, so
Misa.
yeah, I didn't expect a love triangle at all.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was gonna be like a star-crossed lovers kind of story between Hikaru and Minmay.
Okay.
Yeah, because they went on separate paths. Like
Right.
she was like an idol, and
Right.
he was like a soldier.
Right. It's like can these worlds meet, kind of thing, right? Uh-oh. Looks like we're having some technical difficulties. May you Oh, something's happening. Wait, let's wait for you guys. May, is that you? Are you there? Do you see that eyebrow go up, guys? I can't really. There she is! Yay! She's back!
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yay! All right.
It's so weird.
Yeah, no worries. So
How about now?
Yes, I can hear you. We can hear you perfectly.
Yay.
Cool. So you weren't expecting her to be part of that.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was unexpected.
And what did you think by the end? I mean, because they go through hell. By the time you get through the last 5 or 6 episodes, they're...
Let's say that, like, okay, the slow burn was really frustrating at times.
Yeah. I would have to say, it's like, come on, you guys, already, just, do what you need to do. And then all of a sudden, he decides, oh, wait, here comes Minmay. And then Lisa's like, I'm not going to say anything. Damn it, I'm just going to walk away. And then it's back and forth. It's Hikaru going after Misa and then going the other direction. Yeah, I get the slow burn, yes. The slow burn, it does burn. Indeed. Oh, May, you still...
Hello.
There you are.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
back. Yay!
Yeah.
All right. Every single time you come back, we all rejoice. May's back. Yay!
Yeah, it was really frustrating because I think I remember the episode where Hikaru was planning to go to picnic with Misa.
Yes.
But then he suddenly ditched her, and I was like, oh no.
Oh my god! I was like, dude, are you kidding me? By this,
Yeah, it was like,
right? Because
oh, my phone broke. I'm not gonna call.
right. What are you playing at, dude? I remember watching that episode, because the last half of the series is not one that I was completely familiar with. I had been watching in the The American version, I had taped on videotape on VHS the first 27 episodes, and I completely missed taping the other ones. So by the time I got to watch it, was again this time around, and I watched it in the Japanese. And when that happened, I was like, "Oh, dude, you got to this point, things are going well, and you're gonna do this? What kind of BS is that?" Right?
It was annoying.
It was
for me.
Oh no!
He kind of made it up, but I was like, apologize or something.
Exactly. It's like, come on, just do some hard labor. You're gonna go with her, and then things end up not happening anyway, and then so he's got to go back, tail between his legs. Oh, I'm sorry, Misa, I screwed up. Duh. This just don't do it in the first place, right?
Yeah.
So we'll touch some more about these characters further on. Well, who were some other characters that you liked? I mean, of course, I think it's safe to say we like to some degree the main three characters. What about the other characters in the show? Roy, Major Fokker, Claudia, LaSalle, Max Genus, and Melia. All the and then the three, I like to call them the bridge bunnies, the chamois, the three girls, the three ladies who work on the bridge with Claudia and Misa.
Yeah, I was about to say that I really like the bridge crew.
The bridge crew, that's great. I mean,
yeah, the three girls that work with Claudia and Misa.
Yeah,
and Captain Globo.
And Captain Globo. Yeah, I thought they were great. I mean, great crew, and they were just funny especially when they meet up with the three aliens, when the three Zentradi become micronized and become spies, and they all hang out together. It's like, instant boyfriends, right? Instant boyfriends. What better way to introduce culture than a girlfriend, right? At least.
And disco.
And disco. That's right. That was hilarious. That was so of the supporting characters. Did you have any favorites? Did you have ones that you didn't care for? Let's start with your favorites.
My favorites, I liked Claudia and Roy.
Okay.
I think they were like an unexpected couple.
Oh, in what
to
way?
Me. Well, I didn't think they would work out really well, considering Roy's like flyboy attitude.
Yeah. Especially in the first episode when he's looking at Minmay and exactly the kind of, and I'm going, no. Oh my god, really? And the interesting thing is, I'll say this now, in the American version they don't show that skirt scene. That was edited out, so you kind of get an idea that he's he likes watching the other ladies. But I remember seeing that going, oh my god, did they really do that? Because my buddy had had a photo novel of the original series, and that scene, that picture was in there, and we're going, is that really an upskirt shot? Oh my god, that's Minmay. So I know what you mean, that just his behavior is not what one would think for that couple, but yeah, they seem to be.
Yeah, but then once we got to know him,
yeah,
like he was a really good senpai to Hikaru.
Yes.
Yeah, and it was like shocking that okay, spoilers.
Right.
He died.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was really sad, especially like afterwards when Misa was having trouble with Hikaru, and like there was an episode where Claudia and Misa had a girls' night out.
Yes, rainy night.
And then she kind of she told her about her relationship with Roy, like how in the past, how he acted in the past, but then how he changed.
Right.
Yeah, I really like that. Like seeing how he changed due to like war.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he's still like Claudia knows his behavior, but she knows that he's not really like, that's not his actual behavior.
Right.
It's like kind of a facade.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
right,
kind
exactly.
of like a facade
Yeah.
deal with like the traumas of war.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's like his character was deeper than I imagined.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Claudia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's like a good like Hikaru and Misa.
Right. Right. It's almost like she's the senpai, for Misa
Yeah,
at least. Yeah. It's got that.
I think they're the same age, right?
I believe so,
They
or
were
at least within a couple of years, because
Yeah.
they went to the academy
Yeah.
before, so they're within like maybe 2 or 3 years of each other. That was my understanding. So you like Roy, and Claudia. Anybody else that became your
Max was cool. Max.
yeah.
I was expecting like Hikaru to be the genius character, but
Right.
then when Max came around, like
That's right.
it was like he could be like the protagonist.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna win the video game. Just first time playing it. When he challenges Milia, says, "Oh, we'll fight here. We'll duke it out in the video game."
Yeah.
I thought that was great. Any characters that you didn't quite care for in the show?
Not really.
Not really. Okay.
Yeah, I was okay with all of them because they were pretty. They like even the supporting characters. They got like their time to shine, so to say.
Right. Right.
Like for the bridge crew, there was like an episode where we see them with the three Sandronis.
Yes. Yes.
That was like their
Right.
their day off episode.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
so they were pretty. We know them pretty well.
Mhm.
Like considering like how big this cast is.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, so that was really nice of them to like explore, like even supporting characters.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I like them. Well, maybe except like the Sanjuni, the aliens.
Oh, right.
I call
Right.
them the aliens.
Oh, the aliens. Now you brought up a little while ago Roy's behavior in terms of trying to deal with what he sees, being a soldier, and the kind of stuff that they go through, and how his personality, almost two sides. That he acts one way, but then he acts a different way in order to process the things that are going on with him. Did you expect that sort of that kind of behavior in characters, or at least the whole idea of how does war affect the soldier, the civilian in an anime? I mean, of all the anime that we see, we do see that in other shows too. But we're talking a show from 1980 and 1982, whereas shows before that were just giant robots beating each other up, right?
I didn't expect this kind of development. Like I thought, like the most would be like Hikaru hating war.
Mm-hmm.
But now that he's a soldier, he'll become like more drawn into the war. But
Right.
like there were like moments where he was like in despair too. Like especially after Roy's death, where he was
Right.
like he hates fighting. He doesn't want to continue
Uh-huh.
anymore because like of all the death and destruction it caused.
Right.
So yeah, I really liked the different perspectives of war that Macross kind of showed us.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That like it's not like all honorable. It's like it's painful and it affects different characters, including like Misa. Like Misa's past lover.
Right.
I think.
Rebirth.
Yeah. Yeah, Rebirth.
The Mars
Yeah,
episode.
like she was. Yeah, the Mars episode. Yeah, she was trying to like reach him, like
Right.
wanting to find him alive, but he died along with everyone else.
Right.
Yeah, so that was really good.
Did you also expect, and what was your reaction to Kaifun? I mean, Kaifun comes in. Really, he does not like the military, and every time there's a confrontation between him and either Rick or anybody in the defense forces, even Roy, when Roy comes to visit, when Roy comes to visit Minmay on set, and he really does not like him being there, right? He's got that look, and then later on, when they're trying to take the micronization chamber from that town, and he says, "You guys need to leave," and he's trying to rile up everybody. Did you expect that kind of character to be put in this story, and what was your reaction to what are they doing, or what was your take on that?
Well, I kind of expected, especially after like people on the Macross were starting to become like unsettled.
Okay, gotcha.
I think there was an episode where Macross actually got back on Earth.
Yes.
Yeah, but Captain Global and the UN didn't agree. Like the UN was like, "Don't let the people out because we already announced that they were all dead."
Yeah, that's right. And
and so Captain Global ordered the citizens to stay on Macross.
Mm-hmm.
And there was kind of like some unrest because he promised them in the beginning that they would get home.
Right.
Yeah, so I kind of expect like some kind of like rebellion. But then when Kaifu came, it was like I was expecting like a big episode about rebellion and Kaifu taking over the Macross.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, he's gonna lead a revolt kind of thing.
Yeah. But what I got was like more subtle. Like he dislikes the military, but he knows that they can't survive without the military.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
And I like that he kind of disagree when they did have a truce between them.
Right.
Yeah. He doesn't like that.
I thought it was really interesting that they brought his character in, because anytime you see him, he's got that sort of seething anger, like he just wants to beat on the military, and yet having them there prevents, like especially in the latter half of the show when everybody's back on Earth, the Zentradi have been sort of trying to acclimate to Earth life, but then they strike out and say, we can't do this anymore, we need to fight, and they start attacking the cities. If they don't have the military, that one city gets basically laid to waste, and so it was. I thought it was kind of interesting, and let me know if you thought the same thing. That do you think he sees the military as a necessary evil that they need to have in order to? I mean, if they can't take up arms, somebody else needs to. Did you kind of get that sense?
Yeah, I did.
Mm-hmm.
And I think at the end he was kind of okay with it because he knows that without like the military they wouldn't all survive.
Right.
Yeah, but it was kind of funny that he really hates like Roy.
Oh yeah, I know. It's like
and Roy was like when Roy visited like Minmay on the set.
Yes.
He was so confused, like why is this guy so aggressive?
Yeah, right. He's like, I'm just here to say hello, and he's like, get out of here. Yeah. I thought that was of the whole. We're about to get into the movie, but of the TV series, the series that you watched, did you have any favorite moments or things that stuck out to you? Whether it was a sad one or an action-packed one or even a quiet moment between any of the characters or something, was there one that stuck out to you, or that you can name as a favorite? Maybe one or two or three. Your call.
Three. Okay. It's been a while since I watched, so I can't remember exactly.
Okay.
I can remember it from the movie, but that's like a different topic.
Yeah. We'll get to those.
So for the TV series,
yeah.
the one that stood out was, let's see, There was the moment when the Zunjini first encountered Lin May's song.
Oh yes, that's right.
That was really that was like a turning point. It was really interesting.
Uh-huh.
I think it was the boyfriend song, like my pilot. My boyfriend is a pilot.
My boyfriend is a pilot. Yeah.
And when they first heard it, they were all shocked.
Yeah, that's right.
And I was like,
what is this?
Yeah, this is
Right.
It was really, really interesting because like if we imagine like if we never heard like a song before in our life,
right?
Like that must be like our reaction to.
Yeah, exactly, and especially for a race of people who we find out as the show goes on, were bred exclusively just to fight. I mean, that's all they did was learn how to fight. Nothing else was part of their their upbringing. So yeah, it's coming face to face with something completely alien, pun intended, as a song, is gonna throw you for a loop. And yeah, I agree that is a neat little sequence there.
My next one that I remember was being when Hikaru, Misa, and Max and the other guy got abducted.
Oh yes.
To the Sindini ship. and they I think Hikaru and Misa kissed.
Yes.
Like it was like oh no, this is happening.
Right. But then the reaction from the Zentradi, they were like, "What is this? What's going?" Right? They're like, "What are they doing?" Yeah. Because I think we find out that even among the Zentradi, because we see the females. I mean, Milia, of course, comes out. She's the ace pilot, but they're segregated. They don't really mix.
Yeah.
And even Kamujin, the allies killer, and Laplamis, they don't really, have anything to do with it. I mean, they end up becoming something later on, but they're separated. So having Misa and Hikaru kiss is like, what is? It's like hearing the song, right? What's going on?
And the another thing that I remember was Max and Amelia fighting in the park.
Oh.
that really stood out to me because like, oh, what is happening?
Yeah,
because suddenly they were like, oh, at the end I was like, oh great, now they're dating.
Right. I guess that's one way to get a date. Yeah, right. You have a knife fight in the park and then let's date. Maybe that's just how things are done on the Macross. I don't know. You want to date somebody? Maybe that was the thing that Hikaru needed to do for Minmay was forget the singing. We'll just fight, right? And then we'll start dating, right?
Yeah, that was like another scene that was memorable for me. They were like, because Max was expecting the date, but then
right. Yeah, exactly. I think she runs at him from behind, and he's like, "Hey, Amelia, what are you doing?" He's got a knife, and he's running at her, and they're running back and forth. I'm surprised she didn't come in with a sword, with a katana, and just start swinging at him, right?
Yeah.
So since I brought up the question of favorite moments. Most of those are also my favorite moments. My other favorite moment, and I didn't realize this was not in the American version, and I'll talk a little bit about all the differences there. But there's a scene in the later half of the show when all of them, Milia brings the baby up to when they go find the factory where they're making all the Zentradi ships. And then so they bring him up there, and there's that scene where they have a little party, they have a little gathering, and Milia's got the little baby, and Misa says, "Oh, can I hold your baby?" This is not in the American version. In the American version, they just show a scene where they've come back from the party and say, "Wasn't that fun? I got to hold the baby." In the American version, her name is Dana. So in this one, and I think you remember this, May, when she says, "Oh, can I hold your baby?" and Amelia says, "Make your own baby. I made this one. Go find somebody to make your own." I think I started howling at that scene because I was not expecting her to say, "Oh, just go make your own. I made this with Max. You make your own." And I think I was not expecting that. That was one of, I think if I had to pick a favorite scene, that had to be, out of all the ones, even the ones that you chose, that would also have to be on my list.
Yeah, that was funny too.
that was a really good one. Okay, so I pulled a quote from Wikipedia, everybody's good friend. This one says, in the book The Anime Encyclopedia, the authors Jonathan Clements and Helen McCarthy called the series Macross, quote, "one of the three unassailable pillars of anime sci-fi, pioneering the tripartite winning formula of songs, battling robot planes, and tense relationships." And having said that, we did mention that with having songs in the show, Min-Mei is basically an idol in the show. Do you think, would you call this idol anime? Would this fit what we know of idol? I mean, we all watch idol anime, right? Wake Up Girls, Love Live, all of the Love Lives, and then of course Bandori, to some degree is an idol anime story. Would you put this in that same category? Does it have the elements? Is there enough of the idol story elements in here to call it that?
Well, it's a music anime, I think.
Okay.
But not really idol.
Okay.
Because like music plays a big part in like the story.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like, well, yeah, you could say, because we do see like Min-Mei's journey as an idol,
Right.
like her rise and then her kind of eventual fall, you can kind of say.
Right.
Because it might not be like as big of a storyline as others, but we can see like how like being like the only idol on Macross is affecting her.
Right.
Because I think she had a rival during the contest.
Yes, the
Mixed
blonde.
Macross.
Yeah, the blonde.
Yeah, but she was never kind of like burned up much.
Right.
So we can say that she's kind of like clearly the only celebrity on Macross.
Right.
Like the only idol.
Uh-huh.
She does all these things like sing, perform, be in movies.
Right.
With Kaifu.
I know that was just really weird. My cousin is going to be in a movie. Okay, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so she had like do all these things by herself.
Yeah.
And with like the spot, and she's kind of like the only entertainment that Macross, we can say.
Okay. No. I can see that.
So it's kind of like. Yeah. So it's interesting that they decided to like include Min-Mei's idol career in this series, because I didn't.
Did you expect
like,
that story to be in there when you first started? Did you expect to see? Wait, is she becoming an idol?
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's becoming like an idol.
Uh-huh.
And like she has all these songs and stuff, and they play. So it was really cool how they like integrated Min-Mei's idol into like the bigger plot line of like discovering culture.
Right. Good point.
Yeah, so yeah, you can say it's an idol. It has an idol element, but it's not like fully an idol series.
Okay.
You can say it's like sci-fi with elements.
Well, with idol elements, no, and I think as far as I can tell, at least remembering any of the shows that came out of that era, that was either one of the few or the only one that actually had an idol until we get to the later Macross spin-offs where they introduce I think there was one later one. I think it's Macross Plus where they have an artificial intelligence idol is a character who sings songs and is part of that storyline. But I think by that point of Macross itself, that was the only one, and that's interesting because I was doing some reading, and this is going to lead us into the movie. So the voice of Lin Min-mei is a voice actress and singer named Ijima Mari, and when the movie Do You Remember Love came out, she was actually the first fictional idol to garner real-world success. The theme song, Ai Oboite Imasu Ka, peaked at number 7 on Oricon single charts and was number 38 in the year ending 1984, sold 270,000 copies, won the Animage 1984 Anime Grand Prix in the song category, and was the theme song award at the second Japan Anime Grand Prix. So that hit like top of the charts in the 80s. So I mean, we can say she's one of the very first idols that came out, anime idols, technically speaking, which is kind of interesting when you think about it. At the very, we get all the idol animes coming in later, but here we have one in the middle of a sci-fi storyline with aliens and space battles and transforming robot planes, and we have a singer, who basically, spoilers guys, her performance singing is what leads the good guys to beat the gigantic alien fleet that comes to try and destroy everybody. And when you see this is friggin' amazing. I mean, it is completely out of this world. And so having said that, let's get to the movie. So in 1984, the success of the series led to a movie called Macross Do You Remember Love? May, I think that was the most recent one that you just rewatched. What was your reaction to the movie after having watched the series? I'm going to ask you your reaction, but first, I don't know if you've seen this, but believe it or not, Macross has a Bandori connection, and if you know what I'm talking about, I'm going to share it with everybody else who may not have seen this. Have a look. There you go. How about that? It's Mikoron singing "Love." Do you remember "Love" from the movie? May, your reaction to the movie? What, after seeing the show and then you get to the movie, what did you think?
So I knew beforehand that it was going to be like a retelling of the series.
Mm-hmm.
So I was interested to see how different it would be. And it was different, but like the core theme remained the same.
Okay.
Like like how the Santinis discovered culture and how like the songs change like their lives and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But let's just say that if I saw this when it was like coming out in like 1983 or something, I would have been like blown away. Because like it's really, really good for that time,
right? In
my opinion, because like the animation and the story and like just like the scene with Lin Mei singing "Do You Remember Love" with with the battle going on, that was like wow. Like even though I've seen like many animes now, I'm still like wow, that's amazing. Like. That's pretty wonderful. Like, I don't know how people like could see that and not like be amazed by it.
Oh no, I completely agree. I think like you, when I saw the movie after having seen, the series in English, my friends and I were completely blown away. I think we wanted we actually, that was a bootleg copy that we were able to see in high school. Buddy of ours, if you guys remember my anime, my otaku origin story, I talked about how this is the series Robotech, Macross in every incarnation. The movie was what left its mark on me, and to this day it still ranks as one of my top favorites for anime. And when I remember, I pretty much had the same reaction you did, seeing that the sequence with the battle sequence, she's singing "Do You Remember Love," and just all hell is breaking loose around her, but yet it's what gives them the drive to keep going, because that was it, part of their weapon. I mean, everything else, blowing things up, but it was that her song, her music, the culture that they rediscovered was what had helped them to win their battle, basically.
Yeah, it was like one of the most memorable scenes for me.
The singing,
like, why
the song,
is it more people talking about this?
Yeah.
Like, do you remember? Why isn't more people like talking about this epic scene? Which should be like classic.
Oh no, I completely agree. I think it is one of the classics. I have a feeling, and this is what I keep seeing a lot of. I think more people aren't as familiar with the movie as a movie, but they're more familiar. I think a lot of it is the familiarity with Robotech as a phenomenon. For the most part, I think in much of, at least in North America, this might have been experienced. Anytime you bring up the show Robotech, you're going to get two completely opposite opinions. You're going to have one camp that says, "Oh, fantastic, the greatest show ever made," and brought me, for a lot of the kids in the 80s who grew up on this is what brought me to anime. And you get the other group that says that show stunk because they completely bastardized the original Japanese version. So you're going to get two camps of the purists, and I think somewhere in the middle it's still getting fought, that we skip or we miss out on Do You Remember Love, which I completely agree with you. I think it's one of the most beautifully animated movies that I've seen, short of a Studio Ghibli movie, right? I mean, the character designs that come up in this movie, I think, are much better and much cleaner for me than what you saw in the TV show, which were good. But I gotta tell you, Misa's character design in the movie, I completely fell in love with that design. I remember in high school senior going, "Oh my God, she is friggin' gorgeous," and yeah, you can tell I love Misa.
Hello.
Oh, are you still there?
Yeah,
we're here. Yeah, so we've got some people in chat are saying, Tara says, "For some reason this reminded me of SAO ordinal scale when the movie have an AI idol and gave everyone buffs whenever she showed up in the boss raid arena." Oh, okay. Maybe Macross inspired SAO ordinal scale as well as... Oh, it is, Tara, that is quite possible. Stuka says, "I think I saw the movie, or one of them at least, and didn't realize there was a series. Also didn't realize Robotech and Macross were the same." Okay, so Stuka, let me address that, and Meg, go ahead and chime in if you've got some thoughts on this. So yes, Robotech and Macross are, quote, the same. So here's what's going on with Robotech. So basically what Robotech is essentially Macross plus two different shows. What Harmony Gold and Carl Macek did was they wanted to adapt Macross and these two other shows, Super Dimension Cavalry Southern Cross and Genesis Climber Mospita. They wanted to put some kind of put together a long form sci-fi, anime adaptation. They picked the three shows because at the time that they were trying to syndicate, they didn't. They had to have a minimum of, I think it was 38 episodes in order to go into syndication. At the time, there was only 36 for Macross, so they were too short. So they cobbled together these 3 shows, and the writers basically said, "Okay, we're gonna give an English version to everything. We'll change the names. Make everybody Hikaru becomes Rick, Roy Fokker becomes Roy Fokker. More of the names are more or less the same. Misa Hayase becomes Lisa Hayes. You can sort of see it's still Lin Min Mei was still Lin Min Mei. So that did not change. So what ends up happening for Robotech is that they take these 3 shows, and the 3 shows are slightly similar, but what they do is create a timeline in which there are 3 wars that involved the aliens. So in the first war, it's the Macross saga. They meet up with the Zentradi. The second series they call the Masters. They meet up with the Robotech Masters, and in the third one they meet up with an alien race called the Invid. The tying theme between all this is first Robotech, which is robotechnology, which is the technology that allows the transformation of the Veritech fighters, for them to turn into robots, and the whole idea of culture that was introduced in Macross, they call it the proto-culture, the original culture, now becomes a mysterious power source that powers all these machines. And so the storyline is that the original Macross ship was carrying the secrets of this secret power source, and now the aliens want it back, and so the wars become a fight to see who has control. He who controls the spice controls the universe, if we do a Dune reference. So whoever controls protoculture as an energy source will control basically the fate of worlds on end. So that's the entire storyline for Robotech. And so if you ever get a chance to watch the original shows, compare them to what they did in Robotech, they kind of take basically the gist of the show. They'll add a couple things. They'll take out, like I mentioned, they take out parts. They trim it down. It was meant for basically for teenagers, kids and teenagers. Kids were their primary demographic for this show, despite the fact that it's talking about war, right? Which I always thought was kind of interesting. And most of the what ended up happening is most of the audience skews older, so you're getting more teenagers into young adults, into adults that become more fans, that became fans of the show when Robotech came out. Now, I want to point out, so here, I'm going to share some spoilers. I'm going to share to you some differences. And you might have seen this, May, when you were watching. You got the original, which I think in this case, when I'm going to read you the little bits and pieces of things that they changed, I'm gonna say you will agree with me that the original is better in these cases, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
All right, so first, and it's kind of interesting that the episodes I'm gonna pick here are the ones that you mentioned earlier as being points of interest that speak to character development and speak to story, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So the first one I'm going to talk about is episode 7, Bye Bye Mars. Since earlier we talked about Misa trying to recover her memory of Reber, who goes to Mars and gets killed. So at the end of the episode, if you remember, there's a scene where Hikaru is sitting on the edge of the plane. The plane, or the Veritech fighter, is in the second form where it's has legs, and then the regular plane, and Misa standing off to the side looking out toward Mars, or what was left of the base there. In the original, all you see are the two of them and then music playing in the background, right? Do you remember this, May?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay. In the English version, there's a narrator in the background talking about now Rick is sitting, because his name is Rick. Rick is sitting in his plane wondering what happened to Lisa, and Lisa's trying to remember her past that she lost on Mars. blah 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 blah, which I think really messes up the entire mood and atmosphere of that sequence. Because what all you see in the original is this sort of a melancholy, almost like poignant moment, and then in the English version they just ruin it. I'm gonna have somebody talk over this and gonna just tell you exactly what you need to know. And I think, and so this is one of the cases where I think, this is one of the cases, Stuka, I'm gonna go back to you because you made a comment way back in one of the streams that people have a tendency of liking the very first version of something that they see. Do you remember this? I think we were talking about subs over dubs. If you see an English dub version, sometimes you tend to associate that more than seeing. If you see the a subtitled version later, you kind of say, I like the dub version better. In this case, I saw the original dub version back in high school, and I'd seen it multiple times since. This was the first time I saw the original Japanese version and subtitles. I like it much better. They actually treated this, with a little bit more respect, because they didn't have anybody talking over this, which is what I remembered from. And I actually went back and found it on YouTube and compared. I watched that and then compared it to. The English version clearly screws it up, because they just sit there and start talking yap, and they don't give you that emotional. The emotional beat is not there anymore. It's completely lost. And Stuka says yes, and I stand by it like 90% of the time. Oh yeah, no, nothing wrong with that. But in this case, for me, I was very much surprised that I would like the subtitled version and not the original version that I grew up with and watched multiple times on end. The next change that I'm going to talk about is the one you mentioned earlier. Roy dies, right? And Hikaru finds out about it. He's sitting in the hospital. So the scene in question is we get back to Claudia and Roy's place, and I think it's Claudia's place. And Roy's sitting there playing the guitar. He's sitting on the couch. Claudia's making food, right? And then he falls over, right? That scene. He falls over, and then you realize what's happened. So in the original version, in the one that you saw, we see Roy collapse. Claudia turns around, sees him, and then we see a shot of him. We see his back. He's got like gaping bloody holes in his back. He's passed out. He got totally effed up in the battle preceding this little sequence. And then of course she runs over to him, and then we see the scene in the hospital. He's lying there. She's watching. We know he's gone, and the doctor and the nurse are there, sort of standing nearby, and then they walk away, and then Claudia breaks down and cries. In the English version, we get that same scene, but unlike the original Japanese, in which there's very little dialogue in that sequence, in that one Claudia's talking pretty much the entire time until he says, don't worry about me, I'll be okay. She turns around and then he falls over. They cut the part where you see his bloody back. They just show her running up to him, and then when they get to the hospital, again, instead of giving us that emotional beat of silence to tell the story, they have people talking. They have the doctor and the nurse talking to Claudia. Oh, I'm sorry, it just happened. He lost too much blood. We're really sorry for your loss. Oh, they're gonna miss Commander Fokker. It's a real loss to the. And then they walk away. And again, it kills the mood, right? And I was really surprised, because guys, it's telling enough with her standing there in tears, and then she breaks down, and then the music helps a little bit in there, but there was no music, not much music in the American version, just people yapping, yep, okay, end of episode. And it's like, really, guys, you really couldn't have just used that one single emotional beat to cap that episode and kind of drive it in more. And the one that really hits home, I'm gonna read this out because I wrote it down just to show you guys. And in this case, I think in this instance, I think the subtitle, the original version, wins by a landslide over what they did in the English version. Not to say that the English version is necessarily bad, but I think it doesn't quite hit the same. So this is episode 36, the final episode of the Macross series. The original is called Farewell to Tenderness. The American version is called To the Stars. Now, in the English version, it's the toward the end of the episode, and it's the scene with Minmay, Misa, and Hikaru, or Minmay, Rick, and Lisa in the English version. So in this case, we find out Minmay starts talking to them, and she says basically that she tells them that in the end, and I'm summarizing, she wasn't ready to get married and settle down with Rick. She wants to focus on her music, blah, 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 blah. And then she walks off thinking, oh, I'm going to go do my music. And the two of them, Rick and Lisa, say, oh, well, good luck to you. I think Lisa says something like, oh, I'll take care of Rick while you're gone. And then as she walks off, Lisa then asks Rick, well, what is it now about our mission? What are we going to do now? The SDF, in this case, the SDF 1 and 2 have been destroyed. What are we going to do next? What does the future hold for us? And Rick turns to her and says, we're going to build the SDF 3 and we're going to go to the stars. Well, that's where our future is going to lie. And then she takes his arm and he puts his arm around her, and then the camera pulls back, and there's music, and that's the end of the episode. Okay. When I saw that, okay, great. That means there's more episodes coming. Yay. Yeah. Here's what they did in the Japanese version. So in the original, the dialogue goes along the lines of Minmay says she's going to go somewhere new and start over again and try to get back to singing, because by this point, she says she's done with singing. She's going to try singing again. And then she says, here's the part that they completely leave out from the American version, but I think hits a lot harder home. And May, go ahead and comment on this. Minmay, and I thought this was really poignant. Minmay says, when she is finally able to sing her true songs, would Misa allow her to go on board the Macross? And Misa says yes, and I quote, and will let your songs echo through the galaxy. And when I saw that and heard that, oh my God, that punched me right in the feels. I was like, oh, what the? I did not hear this. And yeah, and then Minmay walks off, right? If you remember this, she walks off into the distance, and as she's doing that, their music is playing in the background, and Hikaru and Misa are standing there, and then Hikaru says, "Hey Misa, can you hear it? It's Minmay's song." And Misa listens for a little bit, and she says, "Yes, I can hear it." She takes Hikaru's arm. Hikaru puts his arm around her, and the camera pulls back as there's music playing in the background until the shot of them becomes basically a shot of a photograph, and then turns into a photograph in a photo album, and then a hand closes the page. Over the song, if you read the subtitles, you hear Minmay singing the following lines, which again, aside from "We'll let your songs echo through the galaxy," this one again punched me in the feels, because the lyrics say, "I took your tenderness for granted, but I want to try to shine someday, so for now, farewell." Oh my God, I think I lost it there. That says much more about the ending to that story than "we're gonna go to the stars," da da da, kind of thing, right? What?
Yeah.
Did you get that same thing? I mean, it's like anytime somebody in Love Live Superstar, here's looking at you, Tara, when there's something that happens there between the characters, especially the ghost canon episode where she sees her younger self. That one, I lost it that episode. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I lost it that episode when she walks up to herself and says, "I'm scared," and she says, yes, that's what was going on. I felt the same way in this one, because this had more, I think it was much more poignant than what I saw in the American version. That ending kind of sort of encapsulated the relationship that ends up being for the three of them. She's still going to go on, but then she's trying to find her true self. That's sort of, it's like, I want to say it's like our Bandori girls finding their music, right? And then at the at the whole of it, at the core of it, is that the connection to music, the kizuna, the bonds of music that, and to me, it's like there's a bond of music that still echoes and carries everything together. Music is what saves them from Bedolza's fleet in the big battle in episode 27, and now Minmei's trying to find the true music that lives, that she's supposed to find within her, and I think that was just a nice close to the show. What, May, thoughts on that last episode?
Yeah, from what you're saying, the American version tries to be like way too serious.
Yeah.
No, well, not serious. Like it's trying to like be like a sci-fi, like more sci-fi than it actually is. Like, because like Macross it is sci-fi, but it's more like space opera-ish. There's like songs and idols and fun, but then like from what you're saying, the American version desperately tries to like focus more on the sci-fi stuff, like the mission, the spaceships, the stars, but not on like the relationships between the characters, which is like almost as important as like the big plot itself.
Oh yes, I completely agree.
It was like these three that drives the story in a way, because if the Minmei didn't become like, I think they would all be in trouble.
Oh yeah, no, I completely agree. Yeah, if she didn't become Miss Macross and get herself out there, because in that episode, that's what leads her to singing. She becomes the idol, and then that's when the Zentradi. So hey, what's this that we're listening to? That episode you were talking about when they first hear her song, right? Yeah. So yeah, you're right. Without her being there, they're dead. Bedolza's fleet would have just come in and pummeled them. Earth would be a cinder right now in the story had it not been for what she was able to do. And I think it even becomes more so in the movie, because for some reason the movie, just that entire sequence in the movie where she's singing "Do You Remember Love" and then the whole battle, it's like if that didn't work, that seemed to be much. I don't know if it was because it was a movie, but it felt to me much more larger than life. It seemed bigger, like the stakes were a lot bigger than in the show itself. I mean, the stakes were there, right? Because, when we get to the end of that episode where they have the big battle, the Earth is basically just gone, right? It's in ruins. But for some reason, I remember watching the movie thinking in the back of my head at that scene, if this doesn't work, they're goners, they're toast. Right, so I got that feeling that there was a lot more at stake for all of humanity, for their kind, if they didn't beat Bedolza, the general. In chat, Amber says, "What's Macross's full name?" The full name of the show is Super Dimension Fortress Macross. There should be, if you guys want, I will go ahead and put some links to. I can link. There's a playlist that I was using. I don't know if it's the same one you did. I'm pretty sure there's at least one or two different playlists on YouTube that I found that have the subtitles for the show. I'll also link Mikaron singing "Do You Remember Love?" because when I saw that, had you seen that episode of Hibiki Style?
I did, but that was before I watched the movie, so I didn't know that this was a song from
because I remember watching, here's another Hibiki, hey, it's Mikaron, they're doing karaoke, what are they going to sing? And when they sang that, I almost lost my shit. Sorry. I was like, oh my god! And I was sitting there in front of my computer just kind of bouncing with joy, going, they're singing! She's singing it! And it's a Bandori person, no less. It's Nana singing. So I think that's what we need next. If they're gonna do a cover collection, I want poppin'party to be singing "Do You Remember Love." Can you imagine?
Oh, that would be great.
That would be awesome. Yeah, just them And then, speaking of the songs, did you have any? I mean, they played a lot of songs in the TV show and in the movie too. Were there, besides "Do You Remember Love," "Ai Oboite Maska"? Were there any other ones that stood out for you that you liked, or that were kind of fun for you?
I like this. I think it's called Sunset Beach.
Yes,
Something.
yes,
Yeah.
that's such a fun one. Yes, that's another one. I have
And the classic. My my boyfriend is a pirate.
yes, that's such a great one. I mean, if you think about it, at the time she was singing in the show, it was sort of like it was one of her early songs, her popular one. So you kind of get that it's nice and bouncy, and it's it's like listening to early, I don't know what, bubblegum pop. It's like Britney Spears singing, something fun song before they get all serious and then stuff. I like that one. Amber says, so Macross Frontier is different. I'm not sure. I know that the later ones that take place in Macross tell the story following the events of this first show, and I think Macross Frontier is one of the later ones. So it continues the story. I think, if I remember reading correctly, that there are some of the later Macross shows will reference the characters and the events in this one and previous ones to some degree. I can't tell exactly how much, but I will have to look into that for you and see if I can give you a chronology. If you guys are interested in finding the rest of the shows that came after the original shows, I know there's like at least five or six of them, I think. Macross Plus is one of them. I think you had sent me a link about the theatrical release. Macross Frontier, Macross 7 is one of the later ones. I can't tell you exactly the chronology of that, but I can look that up for you, Amber, if you like. So I hope you guys get a chance to watch this. Where for you, May? I'm sure it sounds like you thoroughly enjoyed the movie. If you had your list of anime movies, where would this fall in that list? Would it supersede anyone that you had previously? Would it take a new spot? Would it be in your top 10, your top 5? Where would the Macross movie be for you?
I haven't watched like a lot of anime movies yet, so Macross movie is like top 3 for now.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Like, it's really, really, really good. Yeah, because it was like surprising by how it managed to like tell a story in the limited time.
Oh yeah, right.
It was condensed a lot, and you didn't get like the supporting characters as much.
No,
But
you didn't.
I
Yeah,
knew it was,
yeah.
yeah, it was trying to focus on the 3 main characters, and I was like fine with it.
Yeah. No,
pretty good.
Yeah, I agree, because I think it's like a little over 2 hours, and they managed to take, what was that, 32 episodes, 36 episodes, and put it all down into 2 hours and make it make sense, right? There wasn't anything too extra. We didn't need Camjin and Laplamis. We had, Milia was there to kind of take that scene. We get a little bit of that. But yeah, I think that they did a great job. Oh, hey, Forever, welcome to chat. I don't think we've seen you here before. Well, everybody, Forever's here in chat. They say Aimee made the decision to become an anime song singer after watching Macross F. Oh wow, and getting blown away by a video of Mayan performing Northern Cross. Amber says, I see, because according to my source, it was one of Aimee's fave anime. Oh, all right. Thank you, Forever. Thank you for the info. Hey, how about that? Aimee. There's the other Bandori connection. Aimee likes Macross. How about what? Right? First we get Mikaron singing from the movie, and then it's one of Aimee's favorite shows. She even sang Triangler at her biggest audition of her life. Oh, very cool. Nice. Well, thank you for coming to chat, Forever. I'm glad to see you here. Hope you can make more chat. Because I see you popping around, right? Doesn't Forever need to come to chat? We see them on Twitter all the time, right? Always dropping, yeah, always dropping all the good stuff on Twitter. You know what? Between the two of you, May, seriously, between the two of you, you guys have like the in on everything Bandori. You know, I gotta tell you that. I mean, you know, I rely on you for my Bandori lore. Cause I go, is this gonna work? Can I do this, May? May, tell me, May, please.
Yeah, I try.
And you do well. Thank you for trying. Well, I think that was kind of fun. What did you think?
What?
What did you think? That was kind of fun talking. Hello, May, you still there?
Yeah.
There you are.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I think that was fun.
It really was fun.
I had a good time. Did you enjoy yourself?
Yes, I did.
Excellent. Hey, chat, how was that for you? Did you guys enjoy the little? I mean, it's we spent about an hour and a half or so, something like that, talking. What did chat? Come on, let's hear from chat. Chat, what did you think of that? Talking about Macross.
After that, does anyone want to watch Macross?
Yeah, exactly. Do you guys want to watch? Yeah. Does that make you want to watch Macross? The answer is yes. The answer is yes. Go ahead, chat. Go ahead and say it. Yes, I want to watch Macross.
Yeah, it's really different because they're singing in space.
Exactly.
How could you not like singing in space?
Right, yeah. Remember, Idol. It's like an Idol anime, guys. I know we got some Bandori people in there. It's sort of like an Idol anime. Yes. There's going to be a petition for Forever to be in chat. I'm going to make sure that Forever knows about it by going into the Discord, the Puppy Bud Discord, created by May here, of course, and make sure that Forever remembers that to come to chat. And I'm asking if people are enjoying having May on. I know a lot of people enjoyed. Oh, there! It's fun for me. Yes, good, Amber. And I know a lot of people had fun when Vic was on a couple of weeks ago. And I'm going to use this time to say, since we have May here, that Stuka says, I like when you have guests. Well, Stuka, you're going to enjoy this because, as it happens, May has agreed, and so has Tara. Tara, I know you're in there. Tara has agreed to this too, and Vic has agreed. We're going to do a roundtable, an anime roundtable coming up in a couple of weeks. I'm calling it the Livehouse Circle Roundtable. You know, because Circle is a fun place to be, even though it keeps getting destroyed in Pico Omori. So we have a tentative, not a huge mecha fan, but yes, do look into it. Give it a try. Give it a try, Stuka. I know you're not a big mecha fan, but give this a try. It may change your mind. Jay, make sure that Stuka takes a look. Since I know you guys are together, Jay, let Stuka take a look. So yeah, guys, May is going to be joining us, right, May? We're currently looking at December 12th, December 13th for the folks who are in the future, like you're in the future. How does it feel to be living in the future? I mean, we here in the past don't know anything.
Yeah.
Is it pretty cool? Do you guys have your own? Do you have your own jetpack?
No.
No, y'all, man. I was hoping for a jetpack. Come on. When are they gonna do that? Like the Rocketeer. Yeah. So we're looking at December 12th or the 13th. So we're gonna have Vic, May, who's here, and Tara. Tara, we know you're still in chat. Are gonna be joining us for a group chat. And I think I'll figure out something that we're gonna talk about. Something gonna be fun, and then we'll just throw our 2 cents. Throw our whatever into the ring, and if we have a debate about something, hey, even more fun. Circle table, yes. The circle table, yes. It's like the round table, but, you know, It's Circle, Livehouse Circle, because that's a fun place. It's near the water, right? It's got a cafe out front, and maybe Jennifer-chan will show up, because wasn't that where they were at? Where they were at outside of Circle when?
Yeah,
Jennifer-chan. I'm still trying to figure out what that is, May. I think you're right. It's an alien. I want to go back to the earlier episodes of Fever and see if there was any kind of indication that something came down from the skies, maybe during the whole warring period of the girl bands. Because maybe the light that Roselia sees is not Popipa, but actually the ship that Jennifer Chan was in. I know, it's one of those. It's one of those. We'll see what happens. So join us for that. May's gonna come back. May, it was really fun having you here. I'm glad you were able to come. I had a grand time talking about Macross. I'm glad you were able to watch Macross. I'm glad we have another Macross conversion going on here. And I really do agree with you. I think more people need to watch the movie, because that sequence alone is.
I don't see it being talked about enough. Like, I see Evangelion being talked a lot, but not Macross.
Yeah, and Evangelion is like...
It's really weird.
Yeah, I think so. Amber says, I'm thinking about pieces of paper in a bowl, then you'll pick what anime you guys are going to talk about per round. Oh, what do you think about that?
That's fun. Like, it's random.
Yeah, like completely random, instead of having something preset. Maybe we start off with something preset and then kind of go off into... maybe we'll have chat say, what do we talk about next? And then they'll throw out something for us. And then, we spend, 10, 15 minutes going, what do you think about this? You think that sound...
yeah, I think it's fun. Sounds fun.
Yeah. We'll chat some more. I'll put something on... I'll DM you guys about what we want to do for that. So make sure on that date you guys join us for Livehouse Circle Table. Circle... round table. That's gonna be fun. So this is so next week is gonna be episode 21. I'm gonna talk about Aquatope, Puraore, Finest Assassin, and Banished. May, did you get a chance to watch the Banished? Since I think you were mentioning you got interested. Not yet. Okay. The Spider-Man story. I thought you kind of. You kind of perked up on that. Go, ooh, that could be kind of fun. Well, once again, thank you for being on the show. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad I got to chat with you in real person, not just on DMs and on Twitter and stuff. And thank you once again, chat. I hope you guys say thank you to May, everybody in chat. I'm sure next week she'll be back in chat to join you guys. And I think we're gonna call it for the night. That was a lot of fun. We're gonna do more. Yeah. Thanks for coming along. It was totally fun. Well, and then we'll make sure we figure out the best chat version. Did this work out okay for you? We'll figure out something else too that would work.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. Maybe we can get Discord to work again. Like last time, there might have been.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why it's not working.
Yeah, we'll maybe we'll do a test in the middle of the week so we can.
My old laptop.
Ah, okay. So you hear that, guys? May needs a new laptop. Let's get a GoFundMe together. So you guys, yeah, we'll do a GoFundMe for the May laptop GoFundMe. There we go. We'll do a Kickstarter. Well, all right, May, thank you once again for being on chat. It was a lot of fun chatting with you.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thanks, guys. We will see you next week for episode 21 of Anime Show. All right, so you guys have a good evening. Once again, subscribe, click the buttons for chat, and we'll come back next week. We'll have some more things to talk about. Again, Aquatope, gotta be watching Aquatope, or I'm gonna be talking about that because I'm really enjoying it. And we'll be back again next week with more Bandori appreciation and more Maho tributes, because that's the kind of thing we live for. So until then, guys, we will do Rikopin and her toast. We'll take that for next time, and we'll all have a good day. You guys have a good night. Thanks for coming. And end of stream. There we go. Yay!